Hi guys, today we are solving inequalities by adding and subtracting with rational numbers. The first example we are going to do is 2/3 plus x is less than 3/4. Just like with equations, we can subtract that 2/3 from both sides of the inequality. So we're going to write this as 2/3 plus negative 2/3, or you could always write 2/3 minus 2/3, plus x is less than 3/4 plus negative 2/3. Remember, anything you do to one side of the inequality, you have to do to the other side of the inequality. So here we have our 2/3 plus our negative 2/3. Those are going to add together to equal 0. So we have 0 plus x is less than, and now on the right side of our inequality over here, we need to find a common denominator in order to add those fractions. Remember, to add and subtract fractions, you need to make sure you have a common denominator. Over here, I'm going to show my scratch work. I have 3/4 plus negative 2/3. I know the least common denominator that both the 4 and the 3 will go into is 12. So I'm going to multiply my 3/4 by 3 over 3. My 2/3 by 4 over 4, and that becomes 9/12 plus negative 8/12, or 9/12 minus 8/12, and I get 1/12. I can drop that 0, it's not doing anything anymore. X is less than 1/12. So now I need to make my number line. Here I have my number line. I know that the less than symbol means that this solution set does not include 1/12. So I need an open circle at my 1/12. And the less than is going to be anything less than 1/12 or anything to the left of the 1/12. So my line is going to go towards the left and is going to continue infinitely left. So I'm going to put the arrow to show that it continues infinitely to the left. The less than symbol, as long as your variable is on the left-hand side, will always then have a graph that is going to the left. Okay, one more example. So here I have 2 5/10, or 2.5, is greater than or equal. Remember, this bar underneath the greater than symbol means greater than or equal to x minus 0.32. So again, just like with solving equations, I have x minus 0.32. I want to isolate the x. So I'm going to make that x minus 0.32 plus 0.32. The greater than or equal to symbol will come down. And since I added 0.32 on the right, I also need to add 0.32 on the left side of the inequality. So here, my negative 0.132 and my positive 0.132 will add together to equal 0. So on this side, I have just x plus 0. Now on the left side, I want to make sure that I'm lining up my decimals while I'm adding those. So my scratch work over here, 2.5 plus 0.32. And add the 0 after the 5, and I get 2.82, or 2 82/100ths. So I get 2.82 is greater than or equal to x. Now I really find it easier, even though it says 2.82 is greater than or equal to x, I know that that's the same thing as x is less than or equal to 2.32, so I'm going to rewrite that as x is less than or equal to 2.82. To me, it is easier to leave your inequality with your variable on your left-hand side. You just want to make sure when you do that that you take the mirror image of the entire inequality. So you have to write now using the less than or equal to symbol. Now I'm going to draw my number line. Here I have my number line. I know that 2.82 is between 2 and 3. And so I've broken my number line into tenths, meaning I have 9 lines in between the 2 and the 3. My 2.82, I'm going to go 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths. Between the 8 tenths and the 9 tenths, I know will be my 82 100ths. Go right about here. It's going to be a closed circle to indicate that the 2.82 is a solution. And again, the less than is going to go towards the left. So I'm just going to do this over in red. Less than goes towards the left.